What is going on, guys? My name is Damien. Welcome back. It has been a long time. I have been quite inactive on this channel. I do apologize for that. I am back. I have been able to lock down a solid schedule now, and I will be doing reviews for all the shows that I was doing prior. I was supposed to have a lot of content out during the summer, leading up to the season 2 premiere of all of The Flash and Arrow and all of this stuff, but I really just did not have a chance. But let's get right into it. I might explain that stuff later on in a separate video. The Flash Season 2 is back, and of course, it is, for me, my most anticipated show on the CW network, and it did not disappoint, with the exception of there only being one scene with Jay Garrick at the end. But we'll get to that. So let me just talk about the episode, give my thoughts and opinions. It was a really good episode. Definitely the purpose of this episode, as we have seen many times before in Arrow and even season 1 of The Flash, it serves to set up for episodes to come. And there's a lot that happened during this episode, things that are really small, things that are big, but my personal favorites throughout the episode were just the fact that Eobard, his character, very small scene through a recording that was made before his untimely death, of course. Very surprising. I think that was the biggest thing in the episode. That surprised pretty much everyone. I was shocked. I was looking on Twitter, looking through the trend of The Flash and seeing just what people were saying. Most people were just completely blown away by that one. I didn't think anyone saw that coming. I really didn't think his father would be getting out of prison anytime soon. So for me, that was really surprising. It was also really good because overall with the episode, I really hadn't been following and watching too many trailers or spoilers, reading up on any of that stuff or watching any of it. So watching the episode tonight was a big surprise. I knew that Jay Garrick was coming. I knew like some of the big stuff that was announced. I know about that, but I hadn't been watching the trailers too much or seeing any clips. So going into the episode, completely surprised. It was great. The big thing for me, what I like, because Barry Allen's character, most of the Flash characters in general, are always on the younger side. So seeing how he handles the events of the Singularity and moving forward, it's pretty much what I expected. He's still growing, he's still learning. So the way he's handled distancing himself from his friends and his family and so on to try to protect the people that he loves, because he's dealing with Ronnie Raymond's death, which was his official death. Of course, he's not actually gone. He will come back at some point, but the way they handle that, that was also surprising as well. But Barry, of course, like many heroes do, always blame themselves. So that was really good with the episode, because he's kind of dealing with things for months on his own, and then they come together before the end of the episode, which is not necessarily a surprise. That was pretty much the way you expect things to play out until we see just what is going to happen with Cisco becoming Vibe and Caitlin Snow becoming Killer Frost, if she does become Killer Frost, or if it's just a parallel universe Earth 2 Caitlin Snow that will be Killer Frost. I don't know yet. We'll see how it all plays out, but there's a lot of different things they can do, and that's really what's great about this show and what differentiates it from Arrow, and has always been the deciding factor between the two. So I really enjoyed the episode. There were great scenes. Barry and Iris only had one official scene. I would have liked maybe one more scene between the two of them. Caitlin and Barry actually had what looks like their first real interaction since the events of season 1, obviously due to what happened with Ronnie. And I guess since he's blamed himself so much, he didn't really want to be around her and that kind of thing, just feeling guilty and whatnot. So that was great as well. Maybe one or two more scenes with them in the episode would have been good, but understand where the episode was coming from and how much they had to get out there. Always a nice thing to see Joe in the episode. I just like him as a father figure for Barry. He's always really good. And Cisco, he's slowly working his way towards becoming Vibe, and they will continue to show more and more with his character throughout the episodes coming up. So that is also another big thing that I really wasn't actually expecting, because a lot of the characters in the Flash universe, his main characters, I was not too familiar with, and things like that. So on some of the characters that they brought on the show, because me, I've really just been a big Superman or mainly Batman fan growing up, and even though I like the Flash a lot, I never really actually looked into a lot of his history and his lore. So this is why this show has been really, really good. It's doing for me basically what Smallville did when I was growing up watching it when I was 12, and it made me just a bigger fan of Superman, just because you're getting that backstory, and this is what the Flash is doing as well, and it's really, really nice. I really enjoy stuff like that. It adds a lot more to the character when you get to see them weekly like this. So let's talk about his father getting out. Very short scene between the two of them. Really not going to be that long. It looks like he's going to be leaving. I'm not sure if he's going to be in any episodes. He should be recurring as a guest star, maybe just at least for a couple episodes throughout this season, but I think it's safe to say he probably won't be in next week's episode, and if he is, it'll just be very short before he leaves. So that was disappointing to Barry, but I think he kind of understands where his father's coming from, and he also knows there's a bigger picture here. So I guess, there's a lot of things. We have to just wait and see how it all plays out. When a season starts like this, you want so many answers, but you just can't be patient to wait for 20 plus episodes. And we'll just have to kind of see where they take the show, because obviously there's a lot of cards that they have hidden that they haven't revealed to everyone yet. Now the big thing between the Eobard-Thawne confession, which was great, that was huge, but the Jay Garrick cameo at the end, everyone knew Jay Garrick was going to be on either in the first or second episode, way before they ever announced the official description for the episode and everything like that. So him coming on, great scene. I think they should have had a little bit more dialogue, just because people were so into the episode. But I understand that next week is really going to be the Jay Garrick episode, where he kind of explains things. He says that, in my world, I'm known as the Flash, and you see him putting on the helmet. I actually was never really a big fan of his costume, but his character was written a very long time ago, and he was an alternate version of the Barry Allen Flash, so it's understandable. But he still looks great no matter what, and I think when he's in full costume, hopefully they have like a team up between the two of them at some point before he leaves. That would be really nice, or at least between him and Wally West. Barry and Wally West teaming up would be great as well. Those characters all coming. And the big, at least we all knew this was coming as well, but Atom Smasher mentioning Zoom. Of course, there's going to be another Reverse Flash character on this season. There's really no other way around it. The Flash is dominated by many Reverse Flash characters. All the small villains, the metahumans that show up, really aren't that important in comparison to what the Reverse Flash characters symbolize, so that's expected. Personally, for me, I'm hoping that Eddie Thawne comes back this season in some way. I think it can happen. If they really kind of look at the way everything went down at the end of season 1, it's very possible, and that would be great. I was hoping that his character would undergo some kind of evolution. It went in a different direction from when I was watching season 1. I really hoped that he would have become the bad guy slowly, because Eddie Thawne, in so many different depictions, has always been the most iconic Reverse Flash. The name Eddie Thawne, I love that name. It always reminds me right away of the Reverse Flash, not as much as Eobard-Thawne. So that was just for me. They're both really, really big, but in a lot of the animated movies, in a lot of the Flash comics that I've seen, the Eddie Thawne character did some pretty crazy things. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously, episode was great. I give it 9 out of 10. There were little things you could nitpick at, but really not that bad. Adam Copeland, Edge, the WWE superstar who played Atom Smasher, did a pretty good job. Not really much you can complain about there. And we'll see just how it all plays out for the rest of the season. So my name is Damien. Thank you for watching, listening. Leave a like on the video. It does help me out. Comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for Arrow. I'm going to do a video on Saturday talking about Barry and Iris and Caitlin and Barry, the Snowberry West Allen relationship this season, and hopefully you guys can stop by for that. I'll see you guys later.